You know what time it is. It's your boy DJ RichieSkye back with some tea, interviews, recaps, and more. And be sure to check the links in the description of this video for trips, for books, one-on-one sessions, and more. Now let's get into the tea. Y'all, we are back in the building, and guess who is at it again, y'all? Guess who is at it again? Tamar and Kandi.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
Oh my God, I'm choking. Is it any surprise? Is it really any surprise? Are we surprised? No, we're not surprised. You know, Tamar is doing the press rounds. She has a new cooking show with Miss E, dropping some beats. Hopefully she's dropping some beats. Wouldn't it be nice if she were dropping some beats and putting all this in the songs? But nevertheless, we got some Tamar news to talk about today. So she was at the Breakfast Club and they asked her, girl, what's going on with you and Kandi? Why? Was it a scheme that Todd set up?
I knew you was going to mention it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have been pondering in my head.
And who started it?
Okay, so.
Well, let me let you guys know off the rip. The headline reads, we wouldn't be here if I wasn't lied upon. Lied on, cheated, talked about, mistreated.
I'm not going to really get into it because I don't want to muster up the situation.
Okay.
Too late for that.
So we really basically wouldn't be here if I wasn't lied on. And that's my thing. Like, I can deal with anything, but don't lie on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's my thing. And
so wait, when you say lie.
Okay, so great. What's the lie? What is the lie? Thank you, Lauren, for asking the question that we all want to know. What's the lie? Can you be specific about this?
You're talking about when Kandi said Todd did not come for you or threaten you, but you said he did when y'all had that backstage moment?
Now, that was what, about 3 years ago? Now, I'm glad that Lauren asked this question because, you know, I'm glad she was on the case. And I feel like what we need to know is, can we be specific about what this is about, right? Now, Lauren is asking about that, but then Tamar kind of goes in a slightly different direction. But maybe this was just her train of thought.
So that clip came up.
Okay, so I'm assuming now she's jumping to the clip of her asking about, ain't nobody going to old lady gang. Y'all remember that?
That was 3 years ago. And it really did something to me because she didn't choose to kind of like divert from the situation.
So now we're talking about Kandi responding to the clip in the Entertainment Tonight interview with Bryce Sander, and where she said, I'm not going to play games with a clown.
And she chose to call me a clown. And that pissed me off because we wouldn't be here had it not been for the lies.
Yeah.
So then Tamar, I'm assuming, is circling this all back to, if you had never lied on me, that clip would have never been made where I said, who is going to old lady gang? 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 As I do that, I feel like that might be the remix. Who is going to old lady gang? Who is going to old lady gang? You know, so I would like for somebody to remix that for me. This is no disrespect to old lady gang. I like old lady gang. Give me some Southern fried food and eats and all that kind of stuff. I like it. Meanwhile, so I'm assuming that's what she's talking about. So, you know, Tamar says that this is difficult because, you know, they were asked if they were close at one time. And she says, yes, you know, she says she's Eris's godmother. She talks about, you know, her relationship with Tiny and how all of them kind of used to be in a different space. But, you know, I need to know, can somebody give me a firm breakdown of what happened backstage? I'm sure Kandi said it in a speak on it or something like that. And if so, can somebody send me the link? Because I just need to, I need to walk it back. I'll walk it back. I need to walk it back like Bose was walking back her actions on Watch What Happened Live. I'll walk it back. I'll walk it back. I'll walk it back. I'll walk it back. By the way, Garcelle is still working while Erica is still claiming she is uninteresting. Okay, so Tamar and Kandi, what are we gonna do? We need remember they used to have the conversations on Zeus Network? I feel like they need to have a conversation, right? On some type of neutral ground. The conversation. You know, Kandi and Tamar sitting down, hashing it out. One-on-one. Okay. I mean, that would be ratings gold right there for both of them. It would be. Who is going to old lady gang? Baby, I got to amuse myself around here. So let's get into our next story.
Already know what time it is. It's your
So Quad and Sweet Tea are also going at it.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
Are we surprised? No. But are we saddened by it? Yes. I'll tell you why after we get into this clip. Shout out to our friends over at the Bravo Shade Room for giving us the tea on what's going on in this upcoming episode of the Married to Medicine reunion. Now, this is going to be a spoiler for those of you guys. And if you don't like to be spoiled, I don't know why. I mean, get into it. That's all I got to say. Get on into it. So let us get into what they got to say about each other because they go low.
You so worried about Gregory. Are you serious? You have my scraps.
Not you have my scraps. You know, I can't even talk today. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Or one woman's trash, one woman's trash might be another woman's treasure. Your ex is somebody's next. That's the way life works. Sometimes the old relationship prepares us for the new. Not the finger.
That you had to fall into a DM and lie to him and say that you can give him a baby. You have not made good on that.
Whoa. Look at Andy's face. I feel like Andy is secretly enjoying the drama and the chaos. I need for y'all to see it clearly. The drama and the chaos of it all. I do. I just feel like he is like reveling in it. Like he is, I feel like he is all about it, baby. I do. That's just my general sense, personally. But let's get back to it.
Girl, please. What is it? You didn't get enough out of the divorce? Moving on.
I am
She
going
didn't get enough money out of the divorce. That's all.
T.
So at this point, you know, we'll dive further into it without playing the content, obviously. So Andy basically brings up, you know, well, not Andy, but it's brought up that Sweet Tea called Quad a drunk. And they do flash to the scene where Sweet Tea, well, Dr. G sort of tells Quad that she has a big mouth, right? And it will come up in the episode that they say that he told Quad to shut the F up when he actually told her that she had a big mouth, right? Now, as it relates to that moment, everybody in the cast were saying that Quad had been drinking. So at a certain point, I'm assuming that Sweet Tea had called her a drunk. I'm not really sure when it was. But in the interest of not having to play the entire clip, which I don't want to do, I'm just going to paraphrase it for you. So it is brought up that she said that. So Sweet Tea then alleges that Quad has had 2 DUIs. Now, I had to go back and you know, Dr. Heavenly's like, oh, that is such a horrible accusation. But this accusation has been made before. So I had to go back and dig because I was like, does Quad have a DUI? Because they're like, And it's so funny. You see Toya is sitting there next to Sweet Tea, is not chiming in. But it was in fact Toya who brought up the DUI last season. Now I don't know where the second one came from, but when I do it, if you do a quick Google search, it will tell you that basically Google will give you a synopsis that Quad was accused by having a DUI by castmate Toya. This happened in the season 10 premiere of Married to Medicine. Toya brought up an alleged DUI case involving Quad. Now it says they break this down. The allegation, lack of evidence, despite the accusation, there are no public records to support that Quad Webb has ever been charged with or convicted of a DUI. Toya's statement about Quad's DUI alleged that they say it was out of left field for viewers. And Phaedra even commented on the situation, saying it's not right to accuse a good Christian woman of such. Now, a search for DUI Quaderia Webb Lunsford, which Toya says in the episode for us to Google, did not yield any record results, further suggesting the lack of validity to the accusation. And then Stylecaster, which I'll place in the description down below, has a link for, they have this whole thing explained. They said, she said, Google it, and we did. All right. So I don't know that is true, and it doesn't look like it's true, but we'll say just alleged to be on the safe side. Now, to take things back to this, it's just funny in this scene because what you see is, for me, I feel like we see two women who are arguing about a man that, for one, that person is a non-factor for, right? And I just think that it's sad to me because I like Quad and I like Sweet Tea. So to see them kind of ping-ponging back and forth about this is, it's not surprising because the circumstances for which Sweet Tea and Dr. G were brought into the show were based in chaos. So it's not shocking to me that this ending, and I don't know if this is the end for anybody, for whomever, but this portion of it right here is a result of the chaos for which they were brought in on. I felt like essentially Quad and Sweet Tea are really just plot points to a lot of the other ladies on the show, or to the show in and of itself, maybe not just to the cast. So that's what saddens me the most about this, is because they are both clearly plot points. And what I mean by that is this: they're both being set up in this situation to go at each other for the sake of the drama, which, yes, we all want drama on the show, but the way that it's going and how low they're both having to go is now at a point where it's like, So for me, if you could just look back at last season, both Sweet Tea and Quad were plot points. Sweet Tea had her bachelorette party. Quad was brought in as a, you know what I'm saying, like in a situation that she would not ordinarily be in, right? And she wasn't even invited to that situation. So they brought her in as a plot point. Sweet Tea and Dr. G were also brought in as plot points as well, right? So to see them both falling victim to this, when in fact, again, it was Toya that brought up that whole situation last season. And I think it might have been talked about before then. But anyway, let me know, whose side are you guys on? What do you guys think? Does anybody feel like I do? And I feel like they're both kind of being used, but that's just me and my thoughts. Otherwise, in this, you will also see, according to, and shout out to the Bravo Shade Room, that in a previous clip, Dr. G, when he's brought in, he is separated from the men. He can't even be in the same room with the other men. And I don't know if this is based on, it sounds like it's maybe HR production mandated, but yeah, like, I guess they don't want no smoke, right? They don't know who gonna roll up on who's zooming, who's scared of who doing what. But the men seem like they kind of feel like it ain't that serious at this point, because both of them have said that they're willing to kind of put things to bed. But I also feel like production is probably like, well, we don't want no liabilities up in this jamboree. So maybe that's the case. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. So anyway, just to let you guys know, I posted this in the community tabs on YouTube. So if you guys have not seen it already, this is a mock-up, right, of a brunch that I am looking to host in various cities. This is a way, because I know that not a lot of people everybody can't travel right now, and everybody can't always, make these group trips, but this is a good way for us to get together, to have fun, to celebrate, to do something a little bit different. And so this is kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking to do, these dates are not solid. These dates are just what I am putting out into the universe so that I can make this thing happen. So I'm looking for locations in each of these cities. So as soon as, and I'll take these things one by one, but this is something that I'm trying to do. I think doing this during the summer will be great. And I think that this could be a really good look for like just getting things like jumped off, having a good time, doing something fun, doing something different, and just, just taking a break from life, So if you guys are interested, let me know your cities down below. And if you know some different locations, let me know as well. Otherwise, I'll be doing my own due diligence and researching and trying to find locations. But we are on the move with this Ponderosa brunch. We're about to get this thing started, and it's going to be fun. And hopefully you'll come, bring your friends, have a good time, have something good to eat, have some drinks. We will party it up. We will dance. We will line dance. We will do all the fun things. And then we will go home and have had a good time. And we will look forward to the next one. So if you are interested, let me know in the chat. But with that being said, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell button, and I will catch you in the next video.